exercises which you can do at home. Simultaneously, I will also explain how it should be done. What are the things which you should keep in mind when you are doing these exercises? Okay, the first and foremost is the posture. Make sure your legs are wide enough and so that your upper body is centered in middle. And when you are doing this, your knee should be flexible and the pressure of your weight should be inside of your toes. Okay, assuming this is the end of the table, this is back end, your left toe is pointing towards back end, and make sure your right toe is pointing towards the forehand corner, because that is where we are going to move. So this is the first posture. The second one is the hand position. The hand position should always be the elbow, the forearm and the racket should always be in front of the body rather than the side. So make sure when you do this, your shoulder is straight, your head is straight, your eyes are fixed in one point on the table. Now we'll start with basic 1-1, that is movement topspin from forehand. So what should I do to make the movement topspin? Assuming I'm playing movement topspin, my shoulder and head is facing the middle, and I'm playing 1, 1, 1, 1. See, all the while the space between my legs continues to remain the same. So you have to maintain the balance so that whenever you're moving, it should not be like this or you should not go that way. And when you're moving from one side to another, make sure when you're moving to the right side, you don't fall over. The left knee should be below the right knee. And when you're moving from right to left, your right knee should be below the left knee. Okay, so one more time I'll just show you. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so make sure your hand finishes near your left shoulder. So instead of moving your shoulder, try to move your waist. When I move my waist, my shoulder finishes here. In that sense, my action should be finishing there. So it should be like this instead of this. Don't finish your action here. You should finish your action there. Okay, the next one.
Go.
We saw movement topspin, forehand and middle. Now I'm going to show you middle and backhand. Okay, here again the shoulder should be pointing towards the backhand, and when you turn towards the backhand, assuming I'm playing one from the middle, my turn, maintain this line. Make sure your right leg comes behind your left leg and your left leg moves in a straight line. Most of you, when you're turning to the backhand side, you're doing this. It should not be cutting across this line. Okay, maintain this line. I'm doing 1, 1, 1, 1. So I maintain this line, and my left leg when I'm turning is not coming inside, my shoulder is not facing there. So make sure your shoulder and head is always facing to the backhand corner. And as I said before, when you played the forehand and middle movement topspin, the space between the legs, the upper body should be centered. The balance is very important. So 1, 2. So look at my semicircle. I am not cutting the angle. I am only doing a movement and semicircle. Still my shoulder is facing, my head is facing the backhand side. The earlier sequences I said, the focus was on the movement. You do the movement properly, then swing your arms. Here we are going to do the recovery or the speed exercise, where it's going to be 3 points: forehand, middle, backhand, middle and forehand. It's continuous. Okay, so you should be on your toes. You go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. See, all the while when you're doing this, your body should be in the aerobic mode. It should be on the toes. It's no time that I'm on the heel. So you should be bouncing. Like as soon as I finish one, I'm bouncing on to the next one. As soon as I finish the other one, I'm bouncing on to the next one. Okay. Earlier we saw shorter movement, very fixed movement, one step movement. It was not a wide movement. Now I'm going to show you a wider movement, assuming one ball to the forehand corner and one to the backhand corner. We start from backhand. We play backhand. As I told you, the shoulder and head pointing one side. Play backhand. When you play backhand, remember the forehand side of a racket should be in front of your face. Don't keep it close to your chest. Start from here and extend your backhand. Okay, and then remember, as I told you earlier, when you're moving to the forehand, the toes should not be pointing towards the table. It should be pointing towards the corner of the table. So keep your toe pointing that side. Wide movement, stay a moment, balance yourself, then hit. Again, wide movement, hit. Again, wide movement, hit. Wide movement, hit. Okay, what is the important thing you remember when you move from left to right is the left leg will come in front of the right leg and the right leg will stretch. And similarly, when you move from right to left, your right leg will go behind and your left leg will go move to the backhand corner. Okay, one more time I'll show you. The left leg moving here, the right toe pointing towards the forehand, and when I'm moving there, I don't have to change the direction of the toe because I'm already in the backhand corner. I don't have to change the direction like I do in forehand side. So one more time I'll show you backhand to forehand. Backhand, forehand. See, again you can see my legs, my left knee is below the right knee. Hence I can go down, I can see the ball straight, I can hit it. If I end up doing this way, my shoulder will droop down and end up going up. Okay? Yeah. Go. Next one we go like one movement to the right and one movement to the left, starting with one in the middle. We start with middle, we move to the forehand, again we come to the middle, we move to the backhand. So how do we do that? When we come to the middle, what is very important is to be flexible on your core. Like you twist your body, you adjust with your legs. But you don't have to move much. Make sure you contact the ball in front as you go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we'll do a combination of pivot, turning, as well as a long footwork to the forehand. We can play like this. We can play one backhand, turn, again my shoulder and head facing there, forehand, again come back, backhand, and a wide movement to my forehand, fast. Okay, let me do it fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The sequences we did before, it can be done either with service, starting with service, or with receive. I can show you how we do it with service. Any service you choose to do, first get into position as I told you, center your upper body, widen your legs, go down. An important thing when you do the shadow, follow your action. Whatever service you do, follow your action. Assuming I do this, I follow my action, come back to position, waiting a moment, imagining the person or the opponent is pushing, I turn, I attack, I move, I attack, I play the backhand. See, in this, you can create any number of combinations you want. You can take the previous combinations we did along with service. Similarly with push, you can do the same, assuming you are receiving the service. You get to the ball, you push. When you do this, remember, we have to move, as I told you, the toe should be pointing more towards the forehand. Simply because when you do this angle with your leg, my angle of my hand is also easier for me to receive. If I get inside like this, then the hand will be away from the body, so I lose my control. So try to get the elbow and the body aligned, go along with the body, push, come back. When you do the backhand, same thing. You get in, push, come back, then continue with your sequence, whatever you're playing. And remember, when you receive, your head should be above the ball. It should be as close as how much you can smell the ball. Okay? It should never be your stomach. Whether it's a long short push or a long push, it should be always under your head, not under your stomach.